Hello guys and girls, welcome to a TryHard Diablo 3 budget guide. Today we'll be going over the Barbarian and how to get the most out of your gold on the auction house. We're going to use a budget of 3 million today, so we will see what we can do with that. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that you can get a Barbarian into Act 3 Inferno on Monster Power 0, possibly Monster Power 1 after the nerf, with only 3 million gold, and I'm going to show you which stats I'm going to look for and which items I'm going to buy. So hopefully this will help you kind of know what to buy in the auction house and get the most out of your gold. So on the budget, what I've done is I've set about 500,000 aside per weapon, and then the rest of the gear will be split up between the other 2 million. So it's roughly 180,000 per item. So we will start with the chest and legs first. Reason being is I find chest and legs are the most important for survivability. They give you the most vitality and all resist at the same time. So what we'll do is we'll search for all resist, strength, vitality, and we'll see for some sockets as well. So we'll first just type in 150 vitality, see what comes up. Maybe 100 strength there, nothing. 70. So there you go. Okay, so we got some 70s. So a bit more all resist. Okay, so that's pretty decent. All resist is low though. That's good. 62,000 of really high vitality. So it's looking pretty good there. Let's try 100 vite, maybe 100 strength, 1,000, 100, and see what comes up. Okay, so that's fine. So we'll get that one. So 150, and let's see if we can find it again. Ooh, kind of like that actually. Yeah, that's got a lot of vitality. Okay, so that's only 180,000 that just came up, so we'll buy that actually, because it has less resistance but way more vitality. So we'll get that. Okay, let's move on to legs. See what comes up. Oh, no armor. And let's see if we can get a bit more resistance. 50 all. Can we get 60? We can get 60. Alright, ooh, I'm liking those. Strength is a bit lower on that. Vitality is way higher. I don't think we're going to need that much vitality from Monster Power 0 though, so what we'll do is we will probably get the ones of physical resist, I'm thinking. Those are pretty nice as well. 50k. 50k, that's funny. Okay, so yeah, what we'll stick with is that, because it has the physical resistance as well. So we got both good good resistances on there. Fire resistance is good as well. Okay, move on to helm. We'll go for the same kind of stats. So we'll lower those. We will see if it has a socket, and we'll see if we can get some crit on there as well. You never know. So no. Okay, so let's remove the socket, because the socket isn't too important while you're just trying to get gold. It's good for your Paragon levels, but the thing is, now that helms don't have, if it doesn't have a socket, the helm almost becomes worthless on the auction house, which is good for you because you can get your correct stats on there. So what we'll do is we'll search 4% crit. We'll try for 100 strength. Okay, so no 100 strength. We'll try 75. There you go. Okay, so we got some 75 strengths. Low resist all. Vitality. So I'm thinking we'll go with that one. Yeah. Resist all is a bit lower, but that's okay because we don't need too much. And from helm, we'll go to, I think we'll try shoulders out next. Now shoulders you can get a life percentage on as well. So we'll see if we can, yeah, there we go. We can score some life percentage. And we'll see if we can get a higher dexterity. We'll try strength. 200 strength on that. That's good. Can we maybe get a bit more resist all? Let's try maybe 150 that and 50 that. There we go. Okay, can we get a bit more? 60. Okay. And so that one has a bit lower vitality, a bit lower strength. I think I'm gonna go with let's have a look. Yeah, that one for 85,000. So we've not even spent 500k yet. We've got lots of gear. So we'll move on to belt now. That can have, again, it can have life percentage on it. I'm gonna try for 100 strength. Okay, we can go for more strength then. Let's try for 150, 170. I always just up the increments just until I get stuff that I, the kind of stats that I want. So here you go. Look, we got some really good belts here. Oh, look at that! Thank you. So 175 strength, 50 vitality. It's got both resistances, 76 resist all for 70k. Yeah, we'll take that. That'll be pretty awesome. Okay, again, so what we want here, we won't get 60, actually we might get 60 resist all. We want critical hit on bracers, obviously being the most important DPS stats on this item, so we'll try for 100 strength. Probably 80 strength, maybe lower the resist all. Try 100 strength again. There we go. So that's got decent resist all. See, we're getting to the point where our defense stats are going to be good enough on this gear for Monspire 1 and 0 that we can actually just fork out for a bit more strength, so that's pretty good. Maybe even take vitality off that, because that's got low vitality anyways. And aim for maybe 150 strength. There we go. Let's go for 140, see if we can get some different stats on there. So, poison resist, cold resist. 53 and 36 plus poison. That one's got 53 all resist. So, yeah, I'm thinking we should just stick to cold find. Yeah. Can we get 4% crit? Yeah, 4%. And nah, the resist is too low. All right, so yeah, we'll stick to that one. 150k. It's got good resist, good crit, everything. So there we go. And what don't we have? We don't have gloves. So on gloves, we'll try to get attack speed on there as well as crit chance. All resist isn't too important on gloves, mainly because it increases the price of gloves by so much. Like, watch, if we do that, I bet we can get like 150 strength on gloves. No, 120. All right, there we go. So we got 130 on that pair. The crit's a bit low though. Let's try 7% crit, see what comes up. Maybe 100 strength. Crit chance on gloves is very important, mainly because you can get so much of it. So we're looking at that's looking pretty good for DPS. That's got some overall. That will probably be better DPS, even though it's one less attack speed. So yeah, there you go, 120k. So we'll get strength, attack speed, and critical chance on that. Okay, so in our budget, what do we have left? We have 1,500,000, I think it is. Okay, so doing pretty good here. Doing pretty good. I should have checked for. Actually, I think belts. Search for mighty belts as well. Okay, so we have boots, chest, helm. We'll get our rings now. Again, we'll try to get attack speed and critical hit chance on these. Let's get some low-level rings coming up here. Wow. Okay, so let's maybe knock out the attack speed. Try to get some average damage in there. Average damage, believe it or not, average damage is extremely good for DPS. It ups the damage on your rings by an insane amount. Like, I found a ring with average damage on it and no strength, and it was better than one of my DPS rings that had strength, crit, and attack speed. It was pretty insane, really. See, like, that's going to be pretty good for DPS. 139 strength plus some maximum damage on there. It's going to be pretty good. If you actually search the average damage of like 40, it should do a range in 40. So I'll show you what I mean. So it'll, yeah, there you go. It'll be in a range of 40. So 12 through 50 will have 40 in it, which works out really well. All right, so let's not take too much time on the rings, because there's so many different types of rings you can get. See, like, that's going to be amazing for DPS. 57 average damage, 82 strength, and 4% crit. I think we'll go for that. We don't need too much defensive stats on the rings at the moment. Reason being is it's just not necessary. I think the gear we have will be pretty good at the moment. So that, again, good average damage, 64 on that. Let's actually just search an average of 60 and see what comes up. That should be the only one. There we go. Okay, so we'll go for that. That's got a crit and everything on it. So actually, I'm wondering if, let's just try a little test here. If we search for attack speed, no strength but average damage. I wouldn't always recommend doing this, but let's see what comes up. Let's 660. Okay, so nothing. That's fine. It's worth a shot. So we'll go back for average damage and strength on there. Could have worked, but it didn't. So we'll do 50 again. And what was her? Ooh, I like that. It's got armor on it, which is, you know, you can't really hurt. So vitality. That's going to be overall better DPS, even though the strength is a bit lower, because the average damage is double on that. So we'll get that. So that was 100k. Now, what do we have now? We have both rings. We need a neck. We have pretty much everything, but I think it's looking like amulet, I think. So on amulet, we want crit chance and attack speed on that. So let's have a look. So there's nothing in range with that on it. So some level 55 necks. Can we get? I doubt we can get average damage on there as well. Yeah. See, that's gonna be okay for DPS. Low level necks. I don't like searching for them, but we're on a budget, so we're doing okay on the budget as well. We started with 3.5 mil. We're down to 2.3. So we'll say 3, and then yeah. Okay, so we have a decent amount left here. All right, so let's have a look. You know, I'm gonna get that because it has attack speed. The crit chance is low, but I mean we're just doing Monster Power 0, so it should be fine. It's got really high average damage, so let's get that. We don't take up too much time here. Send all that to our stash here, and we will buy our weapons now. For our weapons, we have 1.6 million. We got to get some gems in there as well, but that's not too important. So, okay, so our main hand, we're going to go for strength. We're going to go for, critical hit damage, if I can find it. It's an alphabetical order. It's on my alphabet. And we'll go for an open socket as well. We're going to ignore life on hit on this one, and we're looking for, so we have 2.1 I started on, so we have about 750k per weapon left right now. So let's sort that by DPS and see what we get. Now preferably you're going to want to go for an axe, mighty weapon, or mace. Axes and maces for the crit damage, and then mighty weapons for the increased rage regeneration for whirlwind. This is assuming you're playing a whirlwind barb. So that's got 145 strength, 47 crit damage, 500k. So that's not too bad. I'm liking that one. But let's have a look if we can find a better mace, possibly. Mace is 870 DPS is our top. Some of us have vitality on, which can never hurt. And let's check out mighty weapons. So 876 was top, 865 is top here. Now I'm personally want to go for the crit damage off the axes. That's just what I prefer, so we'll do that for now. Now let's have a look. So that one's got, go for maybe 100 strength plus. So that 145 strength is probably going to make that weapon a bit better than the one that's 30 DPS higher. That's just off the top of my head. It's got a bit less crit damage, so maybe this one might be a bit better because the crit damage is higher as well by a bit. Like 8% or something. So yeah, we'll go for that. 550k. Now for our offhand, we can go for any weapon. Preferably you want a fast weapon, but it's not really going to matter too much. So we'll get some life on hit. Now the DPS on the offhand weapon doesn't actually matter as much as you would think it does. By the way, we have 1.1 million left in this budget, so we can actually fork it. We could have forked out for the main hand a bit more, but that's fine. So let's search for some massive life on hit on there. Now, like, here we go, we're automatically getting some good stuff. Now the DPS in the offhand weapon doesn't matter as much as your main hand weapon at all. So you can go, you know, I wouldn't recommend going like 500 or lower, but like I used the 600 one for a while and it worked out really well. So let's just search all one-handed types, see what we get. So can we get maybe so like that's looking pretty ideal but slow, but not going to affect us too much here. So strength, yeah, it's got, I'm going to say that for now. It's got high strength on it. You can't really go wrong with high strength. So, alright, so let's what do we need? Do we need, how many gems? 1, 2. Okay, so we need 2 crit ones, and we have 600k left in our budget. So let's search for some star emeralds first, see what those cost. 700k each. No thank you. Perfect. Okay, so we can get 2 of those. Yeah, we'll get 2 of those. So 2 radiants. That's 400. So we have 200k left for some strength gems. It's almost 300k for strength gems. So we need 3 of them. So that'll probably be, actually we probably could afford these, so it might be a bit cheaper. So we have 300k. That's 500. So it's gonna be perfect probably. That's annoying. We can get 1 radiant. Yeah, 1 radiant. And then 2 perfects. Alright, so we had, we just went below our budget by like 50k, that was my, oh no we didn't, hold on, we might not have. Yeah, okay, 50k, my bad there, we shouldn't have mixed up the gems there. So let's just start that there. On Monster Power 0, and we'll see what we can do with this gear now, guys. See if this works. Alright, seem to have forgotten one thing, which is the boots. That's fine though. So what we'll do is just search for strength and movement speed. All resist doesn't really matter, and then we'll just put a budget of like 5,000, because I screwed that one up. Let's see what we can find. Strength, movement speed, all resist. There we go. Okay, so we don't need I doubt any of these are going to have all resist. Which is fine. I mean, all resist isn't... You don't need too much for... There we go. Okay, so those are perfect. We're going to get those. 4,000. So we went over the budget by a tiny little bit. Let's have a look. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so there we have it. Our stats are looking like 470 resist all without impurity, or impunity, sorry. And then we have 48k DPS without shout, and overall looking pretty good. Health is 38k. So let's see what we can do. Alright guys, so there you have it. The 3 million budget set can efficiently, very efficiently, with no problems farm Monster Power 0 and 1. And then as you can see, Monster Power 2 is definitely doable with a bit more concentration. You gotta pay attention to health globes and your health and things like that. Maybe swap out Superstition for the Inspiring Presence or whatever it is for the health regen possibly. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. So you can make a similar set. I do have the stat priority list on the Barbarian guide, which is linked on the screen, so you can have a look at that. But yeah, that's it for the guide today, guys. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, do not forget to subscribe and like the video. And future guides are coming out. So I have the the Monk 1.0.5 guide coming out later this week on about Thursday or Friday, followed by the Monk budget guide, which will be out early next week, and then the Witch Doctor 1.0.5 guide later on next week again. So I'm going to come out with those two guides every week for the next 4 or 5 weeks until I've done all the class guides and things like that. And a lot more content to look forward to as well, guys. So thank you very, very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.